The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
In today's Jake Asman Show, our film expert, Andrew Fialkow, is going to show you why Garrett Wilson is set to maybe break every single in-season New York Jets record with Aaron Rodgers back in 2024. We got a lot to talk about, Jet fans, so let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, baby, do we have a lot to discuss on the show today. Before we get started, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Both things are free, and both things go a long way towards the show, this channel, continuing to grow. Before we bring on our film expert, Andrew Fialkow from JetsXFactor.com, I want to share that we released earlier today episode 2 of the Best of the Jake Asman Show. Shout out to Gator and Boomtown for helping me put that together. So if you missed last week's wild week of shows, in about 30 minutes, you can get caught up on the funniest, craziest, wildest moments from the Jake Asman Show. So check that out on the channel when you're done watching this video right here. Joining us right now for the first time since he has returned back from his European trip to Italy is our guy, Andrew Fialkow. What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, Jake? Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since I've been on, so happy to be back.
Was the trip as fun as it looked that one day you called in from the beach?
Yeah, the trip was awesome. Sicily is beautiful. Then we went to Nice in France, which was awesome. And then my mom comes into me and my brother's hotel room. This is a funny story. Someone in the chat was like, yeah, do you have any stories? So we're supposed to go to London the last 2 days of the trip, but my mom's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. So she's like, comes into our hotel room at like 5:30 in the morning. She's like, yo, like, I thought someone died. I was like, what? Like, it's 5:30 in the morning. She's like, I see we could go take a trip to Madrid. We could like broke the flights. Like Bruce Springsteen's playing there tomorrow night. Would you guys rather do that? And I was like, yeah, no problem to me. So then we audibled, went to Madrid for 2 days, which has my favorite restaurant ever. If anyone goes, 10 Cone 10 is like the best restaurant I've been to in Europe. So we went to both nights in Madrid, and then we saw Bruce Springsteen Monday night. So that was like 9 days ago. Great way to end the trip.
How about that? So you got to see Bruce Springsteen in Europe. That's awesome.
I mean, dude, the fans in Europe are unbelievable. I thought like I knew that because I think they just have like a different type of passion. Like they have all these like chants, the Ole, and it was like 50,000 people. It was where Atletico Madrid actually plays soccer. So it was at a stadium. It was awesome, really cool.
I love that. Well, I'm glad you had a great time, but we're glad to get you back on the show. So you wrote a story on Jets X Factor earlier this week, breaking down some film on Garrett Wilson. And when I read the article, I said, you know what, this is going to be a lot of fun for our audience to take a look. So you're going to screen share, break down some Garrett film, and specifically how when you watch back his tape from last year, as good of a season as he had, going over 1,000 yards for the second year in a row, there's so much meat on the bone that the Jets could tap into with better quarterback play this season. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the reins of the show over to you, Andrew, for you to do what you do best, which is break down film and give our audience an idea on why we should be all in on Garrett Wilson for 2024.
Yep. You got me on the
We do. Yep. Okay. Pull up the film. Here we go. You are live. We can see your screen.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, again, not that we want to watch anything from last year that's like bad, but when I was going over Garrett's film, like I'm trying to do some like reviews of the best players on our team from last year. It's just kind of how it is. Like, we have to watch these things. So there's so much meat on the bone, like you were saying. Like, there's so many missed opportunities, and honestly, there's stuff where I was like, okay, like Hackett's not horrible. So here we have Garrett right here on the bottom. I just thought this was a really tough rep. Like, right here, if this is Rodgers, this ball's coming out. I know we have to understand, like, there's a certain type of quarterback that plays with anticipation. Like, the great quarterbacks, they anticipate their throws. You have this much green grass, this much separation for Garrett. And obviously Zack was doing this a lot last year. Maybe it inflated his completion percentage, but he was just checking the ball down. Again, the way I've been looking at it, like, especially with this play, I really like how they motion him, ensure that he's going to be off the line of scrimmage here. And actually, he gets on. But if they're playing off coverage on Garrett, he's running a little over route. Right here, ball would come out. And you have, maybe that's Gibson, just running a clear out route on Sertan. So you're getting Garrett on the worst corner also. This could be a touchdown. So, yeah, just like this was coming up a lot when I was reviewing his film, because there was a lot of the time it was like, hey, wait, like, why wasn't Garrett getting the ball like this much during the game? Like, how did Garrett only have 3 catches this game? That's why you can't go to the box score and you can't go and say, hey, Garrett only had this many yards last year, because the film tells all. Like, you could even see Garrett there. Garrett, if you watch Garrett, look at him, put his hands up, like, what the hell? Like, I'm wide open. And then he turns around. He's like, yep, I was wide open. But Zack had already checked it down. So what I wrote in my notes for this one is this will be a consistent, explosive play come 2024, because Rodgers will be targeting Garrett when he's this open across the middle.
I mean, it just showed up on so many different plays. This is a great example of it.
Yeah, just showed up a ton. The next one actually is a similar one. I did this play on your show probably like 7 months ago. So this is just a diagram. This is a play action pass. I think they keep in 7 to protect for Boyle. And this is a touchdown play that just didn't get thrown. So yeah, they keep good. By the way, when they run a play action play that looks like this, so they're looking like it's outside zone. So Brees would be following Makai here, and the entire line blocks down. Then you create this godly pocket. If you guys look back at any of Rodgers' highlights, this is a lot of times they run play action. It's these wide zone play actions. So then you roll everyone down blocks, down blocks. So you sold the run really well here. I was running quickly again. You have Garrett on this little corner. He's going to read it like a corner and then hit the post. See how he's turning his body that way. Flips the safety around. Right now, Boyle should release it. So right now, Garrett's going to be smart enough here, because Garrett's really, really intelligent as a receiver, and he's going to cut the route down. So he's not going to lead it upfield. He's going to cut it straight across. And if you have this much field for Garrett on this Jesse Bates as safety, it's a no-brainer to give him a chance here. And again, you see Garrett, he's like hands on his head, like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, the amount of times Garrett felt this way last year, I'm just finding a couple of examples on film. You could only imagine. But right here, this is you have Jesse Bates with his hips turned. So this is free. Garrett runs a 4-4. You have so much space to throw him open here. That's something you do in the NFL. You got to throw guys open if you want to play quarterback. That's why Tim Boyle, not a quarterback. And a play like that where it should have been a touchdown, it just turns into a throwaway.
Can you run it at full speed here, just one all the way through?
Yeah. I think the video actually has like a couple pauses in it, but so right there is when I would have thrown it. I guess I paused it a bunch during the video, but yeah, then he just dirts it basically. So yeah, again, like I said, my notes, like, this will not be the case with Rodgers. Like, this is as easy as a touchdown in my eyes as you could get with Rodgers under center, having Garrett run this little corner post with all this room over there.
This might be painful, Jet fans, but if you're watching live right now, hit the like button, because better times are ahead. couple super chats I want to get caught up on. If you have anything for Andrew and I as we're breaking down this film on Andrew's end, we will interrupt the show and acknowledge it. Like this one here from Worth 5 Cents, who says, "Can't wait to see you at the Knicks championship parade." Let's go,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
Mikal Bridges now re-sign OG, and let's go.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried about. I mean, I don't think they can retain Hardenstein now, which is
Your workout
unfortunate.
buddy.
Yeah. And he told me he wanted to resign, so I'm like, damn. But
They're only able to offer him so much amount of money. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think OG and Mikal would be probably the best wing duo defenders in the NBA. Obviously, then you keep Brunson and Randall. And you just think about our bench then. I know we're talking about the Jets, but I was talking to my friends about this last night, all like my Knicks friends. Like, there's a chance that Dante, Josh, Deuce, and then maybe we sign a guy like a center. Like I saw they might target Jonas Valanciunas. Maybe he would start. But if you have Dante, Deuce, and Josh coming off the bench, I mean, the team is gonna be so deep. So a lot to be excited for as a Knicks fan.
Cincy Matt says, "Can't wait to watch Buckeye legend catch bombs from the GOAT AR8." Cincy Matt is like a bigger Jet fan than some of the Jet fans who watch the show every day. I love it. Back to the film breakdown here of Garrett Wilson, who I believe will shatter the Jets' single-season record for yards in a season. I think he's going to have a 2015 Brandon Marshall-like year if him and Aaron Rodgers are out there for 16 or 17 games together. So, Andrew, here we go. Another play for you to break down.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said before, like this might be difficult to watch, but I see it as like a good thing because we're seeing how open Garrett was all the time. And like people were saying, oh, Garrett didn't have a huge year. Garrett, like the naysayers about Garrett, they going back and watching his film and seeing him open this much makes me feel a lot better because we have a top 5 quarterback of all time that will be ready to hit him when he's open. And like opportunities like this won't be missed. But here's another one. I remember this really well. They're going to motion Garrett out and just give him a free release. Then he's going to motion back in. He just runs a little stutter post, really just a go route. And again, I mean, the amount of times I've seen him on film visibly frustrated, it's not concerning anymore because like, we have a quarterback for him. But I guess it doesn't show on the end zone angle. But, I mean, how many times is he going to get wide open? This is a 62-yard touchdown, like for anyone. Like that is wide open in NFL. That he's even becoming that's 3 yards of separation. You have no deep safety, and Garrett put his hands up, shaking his head, throwing his hair. Like I'll just run it one more time. I just couldn't feel more worse for him, honestly. It's a great route. He hits him with a little right stutter. And blows right by. That's Jeff Okudah, I think. And again, I mean, this is Tim Boyle, who won't play a snap in the NFL again, so it's not saying much. But this is still Garrett running a real route and absolutely wide open. You can't get more open than that, in my opinion.
Well, what's so crazy too is like when you consider just like how bad the quarterback play was for him last year. Like Tyrod Taylor, one of his strengths as a quarterback is he throws a great deep ball. So God forbid Rodgers doesn't play. Like Tyrod Taylor is capable of getting the ball to his playmakers. Like he will take multiple deep shots a game to Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams if he ever had to start games for the Jets. I'm very confident of that.
I am too. I'm very confident of that as well. And it's just a shame that the offense was this bad, but like it wasn't. Like, you know, I look back and, like, Wes Schweitzer, who hopefully won't play that much this year either, gives up a pressure. And, like, there's a guy in Boyle's face. But if you're Tim Boyle, you have nothing to lose. Like, you're just going to dirt this ball instead of throwing as far as you can down the field to a guy that's wide open. Again, this is last year's stuff, but the moral of the story is that Garrett is getting open a ton of the time. And that's the most important thing.
Oh, this is the Texans game now. This actually was a good game for Zach.
Yeah. This was probably my favorite play that I found on film of Garrett. And in the box score, this will go down as a target for him and no catch. So just a couple of things that stood out for me. Here, he sees that there's things about being intelligent as a receiver. So he sees that the Texans are mugged up, meaning there's 2 linebackers in the A-gap. So they're looking like they're going to blitz. So Garrett already, and Rodgers probably saw this on tape and loves this because Rodgers is really good at throwing hot, meaning like when there's a free rusher off the edge, he'll get the ball out of his hands. Now, right away, Garrett is turning around. So that immediately shows me, okay, great IQ by Garrett. He's showing Zack, hey, if you need to get the ball out right now, I'm open. Okay, doesn't want it, but I love that. I love that from Garrett. No, fine. I'm going to run this sail route. And in my eyes, that was a catch. You'll see it on the end zone angle. This is like honestly, a great throw from Zack too on the run. But again, a play like this where like Garrett did 3 great things in my opinion: catch, drag the toes, and they called it incomplete. I remember watching this and saying I really thought this was a catch. Like, it's so close, but he's dragging the back foot. That looks like a catch to me. Anywho, again, that's why film is king, and that's why I wrote in my notes, like, you must watch film in order to evaluate anyone, because like no one watches this game, they're gonna not know about this rep and just think, hey, like, damn, like Garrett was like 4 for 7 on his targets, and not count this. This could have been his best play of the game overall in my eyes, and it goes down as nothing in the box score. So,
from your perspective, when you watch this play, did Zack not make the right read? Like, should he have gotten the ball out right there? Because it was hot. Like, he almost made up for it because he did make a really good throw. And Garrett, I thought that was a catch too. But like, what percentage would you say Rodgers in the same exact rep is getting the ball out immediately to Garrett Wilson there with open space?
9 out of 10 times this is coming out right here. Right here. You have a ton of space for Garrett. You could lead him a little. I think Rodgers would see the backers dropping to match him. Like, that's who ends up guarding Garrett on this play, who look how far of a run he has to go get to him. Yeah, I've seen Rodgers do it a ton of times. 9 out of 10 times he's getting this ball out right away. The only one I see is that maybe Zack thought, oh, there's one guy dropping, so we have this blocked up well, which they kind of did, but he still had to roll out and make something happen. But yeah, if you watch any of the great quarterbacks, like, when they know that they're hot and Garrett is this open, this is your best receiver, it's just a flick of the wrist. It's a 6-yard throw. You got to make it and let Garrett go cook in space. It's kind of simple to me.
You know who I think might be the guy that's lined up, and if this exact play plays out, I think that's Corley in that spot. I think Malachi Corley could be there, and this is a way they could get him. You know, if they know they're facing a blitz, you put him in there. He's the hot receiver, and hey, get the ball to the Yak King in space.
Oh yeah, I mean, Garrett's great after the catch, but think about Corley right here. You really have 2 guys basically that are going to be able to account for these 2. Again, it could be a huge explosive. So yeah, I think Corley would fit in great in that position in the slot. Again, it's just with the chemistry that he's going to be able to develop with Rodgers. Like, you would think this isn't good chemistry between them 2, and I really don't want to talk about Zack anymore, but it's on him because Garrett's saying, hey, like, I'm here for you. His route. You could see the other 2 guys. Neither of them have turned their heads. His route, he knows that if there's an adjustment, meaning like if there's a blitz that he sees, he's the hot, meaning he's Zack's outlet valve. So he needs to get the ball to him. But good on Garrett then to just say, hey, screw it. I'm going to run my route normally and make an absolutely hell of a catch that, again, goes down as nothing in the box score. But in my eyes, that's pretty – I think it was a catch, but whatever. I just wanted to show that because – great IQ from Garrett and really a great rep that probably will never show up in any highlight anywhere, but it's really a great rep by him.
That rep from Zack is exactly why he got as many years as he did in the NFL, why he was drafted so high. Because, like, once again, it just shows you, like, yeah, you have to have the physical traits, and Zack, mobility there is on display, the arm strength to get it there accurately. But it's an incompletion because he didn't take the easy completion at the beginning because he didn't process and see the field. And he's in his 3rd year still making those mistakes. Like, that tells you all you need to know about the Zack Wilson experience. Like, you could have all the talent in the world. If you can't play the game mentally, which he can't at a high level, that is why it has not translated. Like, that exact play, I think, is the perfect encapsulation of the Zack Wilson experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what's funny, Jake, is, like, I'm not even trying to, like, knock people down, but I would believe the casual football fan would watch this play, probably not on film, but would watch this play and say, holy shit, like, this is one of the best throws I've ever seen Zack make, which is fair because he's fading away and he just rips it, and it's a perfect ball. But when you actually look into it, like you said, the fact that right here you don't need to do that scramble stuff, make a really hard throw across your body, and you could really have an explosive play right away. It's completely why he's probably never going to start for a long time in the NFL ever again.
I mean, yeah, it's just I hate to even like go down the Zack Wilson path again.
He stinks.
But like this is an example of like this is why he was second overall, but
Yeah.
he never learned the mental side of the game or the processing side of the game. He had two different coordinators trying. He had Aaron Rodgers helping him all summer, and he never got it. It never clicked.
Yep, completely true.
Before you get to the next play here, I want to go to a super chat. This one is from Dre, who says Garrett Wilson will have 28 receiving touchdowns this year. Book it. What's the record, right? Randy Moss has it in 07 with Brady. Was it 23 or 24? And
I was
Dre
going to
is
say 24.
and Dre is predicting 28. Dre, from your lips to God's ears. But I think you've been hitting the bong this morning. But I love it.
I think I truly see him going 100 catches. I've been saying 1,500 yards and 14 to 15 touchdowns. I don't see that out of the realm of possibility, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy.
No.
I think take Devontae Adams' average season when Rodgers played the vast majority of the games, and I think that could be a Garrett Wilson season. 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Like I think is like the projected range I'm at. 100 catches, 150 targets, if not more.
Yeah, I agree.
Next play.
Again, yeah. Another play that's not going to show up for Garrett, but it's so good to see. A lot of last year, everyone was complaining. I remember saying that everyone was saying, hey, like every defense plays man against us and then just has one safety and shades them over to Garrett. And it's true. But there were guys that stepped up in those situations. So I guess this is some sort of four verts variation from Hackett. You have Conklin going up the seam, Garrett going up the seam. Maybe they run hitchers on the outside. I don't really remember. But the most important thing is right now, the safety is shaded to Garrett. So they're basically going to double Garrett and just say, hey, anyone else could beat us. We're playing man on every single other guy. So what I love to see is Garrett is giving these other guys one-on-one opportunities. So post-snap, safety's right over them. So they're really bracketing him. I guess that's Zack again. We give him some credit here. Good job getting off it. And you let Conklin go make a play. It's going to happen still this year. I know with Rodgers it might be a bit different because they're not going to be able to play press man across the board like this and just have one safety help on Garrett. And again, with Mike Williams on the outside, it's going to be a lot different. If Garrett's going to be able to draw these double teams and you have guys like Mike Williams, who we know his contested catch rate is out of this world. He's one of the best contested catch guys in the NFL. That's going to be super helpful. And I really do think guys like Tyler Conklin can make plays like this consistently. So again, if he sees one-on-one looks like this, he was really good at these contested catch balls in the seam a lot last year. So again, another play where Garrett is going to get 0, 0, 0, 0 on it. But if you really watch it back, he created this opportunity for Conklin because they're shading over him, they're bracketing him, and it gives Conklin a one-on-one chance to make a play up the seam.
Conklin, I think, has a chance to be one of the more underrated playmakers in football if Aaron's healthy with him.
Yeah, I totally agree. Again, it's just plays like this where this is Jimmy Ward, a good player in the NFL, and he just head tops him basically. And Conklin was doing this a lot last year, so it's not like out of the realm of possibility. But again, I just wanted to show that again next year. And this year, there's gonna be times where Garrett's bracketed, and there's gonna be someone else is gonna have to make a play, and it's gonna be Conklin, it's gonna be Mike Williams. I think Gibson could make plays not particularly like this, but we have the guys now that plays like this won't be so few and far like they were last year.
Well, give me your projected target share for the Jets' weapons. I think we all know Garrett Wilson will lead them in targets. Is it crazy to think Breece is 2, Conklin 3, maybe Mike Williams 4 if he's healthy, and then Corley is probably 5 with Gibson?
No, I don't think that's crazy at all because I think we have to think about where Rodgers is in his career. And the last time he played, I think there's a stat that he had the most targets behind the line of scrimmage. He gets the ball out extremely fast. I think that lines up for Breece to be like in a huge role out of the backfield as a pass catcher. So I think Garrett number 1, Breece 2. Conklin, Mike Williams, 3, really just based on health. I think if Mike Williams is healthy, he should have the more targets, but I think they'll be pretty close either way. And then I think Gibson, I continue to see, whether it's Robbie Sabo saying it or like reporters saying that the Jets are really, really high on Gibson, like going into this year. So I also think that lands Corley in a weird spot because Gibson's really going to be our main slot guy when everyone's healthy. So hopefully Corley will carve out a role for himself by like a couple weeks into the season. But I think Gibson's in for a little bit of an underrated year and maybe a bigger target share than people are anticipating.
I got a great nugget for you on Corley. I spoke with someone that is in the know with the Jets that was around the team during minicamp, and I was told that Malachi Corley really turned heads. Like he impressed his teammates with how good of a player they already felt he was. That was a little nugget I got from OTAs and minicamp from someone there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would love that. You know how I feel about Corley. I think anyone that watched the film review we did, he's really a load to handle and someone you just want to get touches for. You got to manufacture touches for him. Obviously, there's this whole stigma around Rodgers with rookie receivers because in his last couple of years with the Packers, he was continuing to deal with these inexperienced guys and the chemistry wasn't great. So I feel like there's going to be a ton on Corley's plate going into the year, like just learning audibles and learning what words mean and all the verbiation of the offense. But once he gets that down, of course, I really think he's the starting slot for us going forward. I think him and Garrett is a really, really good place to start as a twosome receiver. And we're blessed to have Mike Williams this year, God willing, healthy. And the way I envision it, Mike, Malachi, and Garrett is like as good of a receiver core we've had since 2015 with like Quincy, Decker, and Marshall.
100%. Now, before we continue here, Andrew, super chat from Dre. He writes in it's 2 touchdowns a game. Garrett with Rodgers. You can score once in the end zone. He'll break one for a touchdown every game. Talk me off a ledge. Dre doubling down on 28 touchdowns in a single season for Garrett Wilson. Oh, yeah. I love it, Dre. I hope you're right, man. I'll take half that, and I would say that's a hell of a season for Garrett Wilson if he comes up with 14 touchdowns. You realize Garrett Wilson, I think, last year had, 4 touchdowns? That's how bad this offense was?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, so just two clips left, one after this. Just like showing Garrett really just a great route runner. This is against Derek Stingley. Sells the post. Wide open on the out route. This is something that's going to be like a bread and butter thing for him and Rodgers, I think, this year. Just a little play action with the split flow zone. So you're really selling it. All the linebackers creep up. Again, Derek Stingley is one of the young up-and-coming corners in the league. Look how Garrett brings him up. I saw this and I was like, okay. He takes 4 steps to sell the post, and then everyone watches this. 2 steps to get out of his break, keeps balance, and then also comes back to the football. It's so much good stuff. Like, you could really break down, like, his whole route and the nuance of it and just be, like, really wowed how quickly he could get in and out of his breaks. And then the throw is a little short, so he has the wherewithal not to just continue on his route right here. He's going to say, hey, I'm going to come back to the football and make the play for my QB.
God damn, is he good, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's like every time I watch him, I just like, wow, he's even better than I thought he is because he really.
Well, his pocket, one of the rare times a Jet quarterback had plenty of time.
Yeah, I guess I was showing Zach's base there because we were probably doing Zach film. But yeah, just one last time just to show. This is on Stingley also. Like, I know he's getting 10 yards of separation off the line, but it's a damn good route and. This is going to be so easy for Rodgers and Garrett, especially with all this time, like you said. If this is the time you get, Garrett was 5th out of all receivers in 2023 in open rate, and he only had 1,000 yards. And I could pull up if you guys want to go to it, it's on ESPN. They like to run like an open rate, a catch rate. He was 5th out of like 150 receivers in getting open. And we only got him, like you said, barely over the 1K mark. So that's why when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, one, this is the highest I've ever been on a player going into a season for the Jets in a long time. I really, really think that it's possible Garrett does things that, like, even I'm not going to expect. But we got over almost 1,000. I've shown already so many times that we've missed him. I just don't understand how he wouldn't have at minimum 1,300 receiving yards. Like, I'm going to probably wager on whatever his receiving yards is, just because I've seen all this film. And if Rodgers is healthy, he should eclipse it with absolute ease.
I love it. By the way, you don't happen to have the preseason drive, do you?
I do.
Is that what this play is here, or this is from the regular season game?
No, this is regular season.
Yeah, because we did the film review where we broke down Rodgers' drives. We might have to run that back at some point, just because you even saw it in those two drives. Just like Wink Martindale's bringing 8 to try and test Rodgers in a preseason game. Rodgers checked out of it. Quick dump off the Garrett Wilson. First down, 15 yards down the field. Like, those two are just going to be on such a good, going to be in such lockstep. I can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah. So last thing, I was begging for this all of last year. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, we need to get Garrett in these slot situations where he has a 3-way go, a choice route where he could go left to right or up the field. And if you guys remember how good Rodgers and Davante Adams were at this, it could have been man, it could have been zone. If it was zone, then there was a linebacker matched up with Davante. But if you want to watch any of Rodgers' film from like 2018, 2019, even his highlights, Davante would line up in the slot and have a 2-way go, and it would be as easy as taking cookies from a kid. Like, it was 7 to 8 yards every single time. Now here the Jets get a great look, and Dalvin comes out, and the linebacker rolls with him, so he knows it's man. And here's Garrett, just a little choice route, got him the ball in space, and it's an explosive play. We didn't run this a lot last year. Like, I was begging for him to be in the slot more and have these 2-way goes. Just win quickly off the line and then let him get the ball in his hands, and you could see what he does after it. So, again, this is like an empty formation. I really think that the Jets are going to run a lot of empty this year, and they're going to force the teams to really probably not do what the Giants do. The Giants are a really unique defense with Wink because they play a ton of man and they blitz a lot. So it's going to be a linebacker on Garrett a lot, and I'm telling you, the first time it happens, I'll post a play. This is going to be a play where Garrett runs an out route or he runs an in route or he shakes the linebacker in some way, and it's going to be all next year. I think Corley is also going to be able to be awesome in that role in the slot, just having choice routes when we go empty. It really, like I've said, though, the sky's the limit, and Garrett's really good with the ball in his hands after the catch as well. So there's a lot to be excited about. I know that it's June 26th, but like I'm chomping at the bit to get to week 1, and it's because of like watching this entire film. Like, I went through so much of Garrett's last year, and I just know the untapped potential for him is as high as I've seen from a player on the Jets in a while.
We need Andrew Fialkow at L5 for the week 1 tailgate.
I'm like 99% sure I will be there.
All right, you will be at L5. I was at the Yankee game last night at Citi Field and ran into the great Matt Siegel and the great Fink, 2 of the head leaders of the L5 tailgate. So they're ready. And they said to me, "You're having Fialkow on. He better be at L5 this year." I said, "He'll be there week 3. Don't worry."
Yes, sir. I think I have tickets. I'm pretty sure I have tickets. I plan on being there for sure.
The Jets are gunning for a Lombardi. So, folks, our latest Asmaniac emoji is, in fact, the Lombardi emoji. So check that out. It's a little tough because when you remove the background, it's very dark. But then the original emoji I had, it was very white and square. But either way, the Lombardi emoji, thanks to Snowball for making it and sending it, is now live for channel members to use. We are, as of this show, 158 members away from a new emoji. Well, let's subtract 10 from that number because Cincy Matt has made it rain, baby.
Show me the money. Show me the money! Money.
There you go.
Cincy Matt, you're going to get me to root for the Bengals when they're not playing the Jets. I appreciate you, my man. The following 10 people are Asmaniacs, courtesy of Cincy Matt, Isaac, Rockness Monster, R.A. Chemness, Rob DeMob, Brandon Ace, Rob L, Juan Suarez, D-Mac, Drop Back Bark, and Aiken. You guys are all officially channel members. Let's get some more members here. We started the show a little later than normal today, so I appreciate everyone hanging out with us. We'll squeeze in an afternoon stream before I head back to Citi Field to see if the Yankees can win a game, which I can't believe I'm saying because they used to only win games, and now they're going through a bit of a rut. Hit the like button if you're tuned in live right now. One thing I wanted to show you to assist with the film review, Andrew, just a reminder on how historically bad the Jet quarterback play has been the last 3 years. Here's a chart, not just any chart, a chart that dates back to 2015. You had to have played a minimum of 1,000 plays to be on this chart. So quarterback efficiency since 2015. What do you notice about where Zack Wilson is compared to everyone else on the chart? The bottom number there is completion percentage above expected. The numbers on the left is EPA per play on passes, rushes, and penalties. Andrew, I know you're an analytics guy. You look at this efficiency chart, break down the significance of Zack Wilson being where he is compared to the rest of the NFL, minimum of 1,000 plays from 2015 to now.
Yeah, I feel like this chart is stuck in my brain because I've seen it so many times. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't get as bad as this. It's really like as bad as it gets. And for everyone, like completion percentage over expected, that's really on Zack for the most part. I guess it could be on receivers dropping balls and stuff. EPA per play, that's really like a totality of the offense. That's why you see Brock Purdy. If anyone goes on EPA per play, Brock Purdy's top 5 in it every single year. I don't want to blame Zack fully for that, but of course he's a huge product in it. And the other thing I'd love to look at is Tyrod Taylor is actually above 0 at EPA per play and above 0 at completion percentage over expected. So he's right around, honestly, like Kyler, who I love. He's in the same realm as with Stafford, Goff. Obviously, it doesn't tell the full story, but at least the comfort we can take now is that we have a guy in Tyrod that could come in, like you said, and really the wheels won't fall off. And it shows in a chart like this.
I mean, the difference between Zack Wilson and Davis Mills is the difference between Davis Mills and Tyrod Taylor. If you just look at it like that, that is how significant the upgrade is for the Jets. And I could tell you, Davis Mills is not good. Neither is Sam Darnold. We watched the Jet fans, and look how much better they are than Zack Wilson. So anyone who thinks it's crazy for us Jet fans to think about this team making a deep playoff run when they've won 7 games the last 2 years, and actually in 2022 had a winning record with Zack Wilson at quarterback, has not paid attention to the rest of the roster and how talented it is.
I completely agree. I'm done with the naysayers, though. Like, I feel like every day someone else in national media wants to shit on the Jets, and like, so be it at this point. I just want to get to week 1 and get rolling.
Bang Mateo writes in, from 4 touchdowns to 25 touchdowns, according to Dre Bong. Bang, why can't you let Dre have his moment? All right, it's June. Bang says Dre lives on Bong Bay Island. Do you think this was a good one, Bang? Let Dre have fun. I hope he's right. 28 touchdowns for Garrett. I'll tell you what. What's the saying? You shoot for the stars, so if you miss,
aim for the moon.
Or you aim for the moon, so if you miss, you're in the stars. Whatever that is.
Someone knows
that saying. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Mike L says, how was the game last night? You know what? I don't remember what happened in the actual game. The only thing I remember is looking at my phone right after Aaron Judge hit a grand slam and seeing that the Knicks acquired Mikal Bridges. That's what I choose to remember from last night. I don't even know who pitched for the Yankees last night. You know, it's already out of sight, out of mind. You know?
Yep.
Anyway, let's open it up. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Andrew, while you were on your vacation, any Jet takes that you wanted to kind of just get out there into the universe on this platform? Anything besides, the Garrett Wilson film breakdown that you did in your return to Jet X that you want to share, that you had some Jet thoughts while you were away?
It's funny because I haven't tweeted anything in a while because I feel like it's been dead. And anytime I see anything, it's just some reporter saying that Rodgers being away for the 2 days is as bad as losing games. I don't have anything to say because it would just be like against all these media guys that I don't think really understand, and they're just doing things for clickbait. So I'm trying to keep my mouth shut about all that stuff. It's just such negativity that shouldn't be surrounding the team. And yeah, my opinion on the Rodgers stuff, by the way, is just like it doesn't matter. He was with the team the entire offseason, meaning like March, April, May. And then, yeah, he decided to dip for 2 days, and it was the end of the world. I don't find it to be a big deal. So I'm just ready for the season to start. I'm going to be at training camp actually in August, so I'm excited for that. And I don't really give a damn what anyone has to say anymore. I just want to go win some football games.
Amen. Let's win games. Hit the like button if you like the idea of the Jets winning football games. If you like winning money, Underdog Fantasy is going to help you do that. If you're a UFC fan like I am, UFC 303, the Alex Pereira fight special, as good as it gets. Sign up for Underdog, and you get this freebie. All Alex Pereira has to do is land one strike. That's it. It's set at 0.5. You win if he lands one strike. So if you're a fight fan, sign up for Underdog Fantasy with my code Asman. They will give you a 50% deposit match up to $250. So check it out, UnderdogFantasy.com, the Underdog Fantasy app. Take advantage of their freebie that they have cooking for UFC 303. All right, let's open it up. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll take some calls as well. Dre with a super chat. He's responding to Bang Mateo. Little Bang Boy Mateo wishes that he was relevant. Never has his own thoughts. Just going to tell other people how to be a fan. You don't even know how to be a fan. Shots fired. I like that. Up first on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is Dre. Hello, Dre.
What's going on, Andrew, my guy? Welcome back to the States. I'm not even gonna let that little Arthur Smith fanboy even ruin my day. Listen, all I keep saying is all you gotta do is just look at the tape, look at what he's done. Andrew already knows this. See, Andrew's trying to be like, hey, listen, we're gonna be calm. We're not gonna smoke this good weed. But the fact is, I know Andrew smokes the good weed when he watches the breakdown, and then he's over here. I bet you right now on the whiteboard in his room where he watches it, he's got it right there. 28 TDs. I'm telling you. Garrett Wilson scored 2 times in his rookie year in 2 games. That was it. But both games he scored twice. So he's easily good for one reception in the end zone. Then they could put the whole world on him. He's just gonna break one. He's gonna catch it around the 20, and he's good for if you give him like at least 4 feet of space, and he's got I gotta go 20 yards to the house. He's making house calls. It's just gonna be that ridiculous. Now all he really has to do is score 2 times in every game. Like Garrett Wilson with Rodgers will accidentally find the end zone. He'll be like the 4th or 5th option, and they'll have everybody covered, and then somebody will trip and fall, and Garrett will be alone in the back corner of the end zone, and like make this ridiculous catch where like his shoelace and like one toe is like literally in bounds, and then he'll fall, and it'll be the greatest catch that we've ever seen. You just stop sleeping on my boy. He's gonna do it. It's gonna be fantastic. And you know what? If I die on this island, I will die on this island. This is worth fighting over. That's it. Just
28.
28.
I love it.
28 TDs. Call me crazy, but Bang Mateo is when Bang realizes what it is. See, now Bang is just used to being wrong. Bang is like Allen. He accepts the fact that, hey, I'll just say some ridiculous thing, but Bang doesn't actually have points. Bang just starts to tell people, no, unless you talk shit about Arthur Smith. Then he loses his mind because he's really a closet, like, Atlanta Falcons fan. And I don't even know what he's doing here personally, but it's like he kind of likes the team, but he doesn't want to come out and say it. The man has never done one Jet chant ever in his life. I guarantee you that has happened, and he's never done it. You know what? Prove me wrong, Bang. Get on the show and call. I've been on this show for 3 years. You once had never called in. All you do is maybe a super chat here and there when you've collected, you got your allowance money that your mom gives you in the basement, and then you collect it, you save it up, and you do 1 or 2 super chats. Come online, talk to me, debate. You already know I eviscerated JJ. I eviscerate everybody that tries to come and tell me something. You can't even talk to me, bro. So You be quiet in the corner. Go back in the corner. Jake will let you know when it's time to come back out and talk.
Trey, I appreciate I appreciate you cutting the promo there against Bang Mateo. I love it. Hit the like button if you like our guy Dre. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's keep rolling here with your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to Gary, who's up next. Hello, Gary.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Gary?
Doing good, man. How was your vacation? I mean, it seems good. It's good.
Yeah. Great time.
Jake, Nets beat the Knicks. Mets beat the Yanks. How you doing with all that?
You just say, I know you're trolling because this is what you do. You just said the Nets beat the Knicks.
Do you understand the Nets got more for Bridges than they did Kevin Durant? They got 6 first-round picks. You think that's a good trade for the Knicks?
Well, a couple things here. One, those picks aren't going to be very good because the Knicks are going to be a very good team for years to come. And two, who cares? You're going to be the worst team in the NBA now.
For 1 year, yeah. And that's the plan. So you get Cooper Flag, 5 other first-round picks.
Maybe. I mean, you just like I think the Nets made the right move, like blowing it up. But like, I wouldn't be sitting here celebrating this. You're going to be terrible again. You're irrelevant.
This is better than what Utah got for Rudy Gobert. Okay. Here's what I'll say.
Not all picks are created equal, though. That's the difference. Like, first-round picks. And also, like, the Knicks had 11 picks over the next, 7 years. You can't use all these picks. And Bridges is one of the best contracts in the NBA.
It's a great contract. So now you got probably the 2 best contracts in the league on the same team. So that's good.
I think it's I think it's a win-win for both sides. I was surprised the Nets did it because I didn't think they would actually trade him to the Knicks, but I think the Knicks win and the Nets, for what they're trying to do, this was the best they could have done.
If Sean Marks didn't make that trade for 6 first-round picks, he's got to be fired. That's malpractice. Bridges has 2 years left on your deal. You're not going to be good in the next 2 years anyway, and then everyone knows he's going to the Knicks anyway. So you only got him for 2 more years. And you're not going to be good, period, right?
I think the Nets should hire you to their front office.
I'll put my name in there. I'll put my name out there. I wanted a realistic expectation. First, Andrew, with Garrett, right? I think top 10 receiver this year, no question about it. But I wanted your thought. The Jets' offense, I think, because of Rodgers' age, is going to be a little bit more run heavy than you might expect. But what do you think? A realistic, if you're going to project out Wilson's numbers, catches, yards, touchdowns, what would be your feel on that?
I think 115, 112.
You said 115, and what was that?
100 catches, 1,500 yards, and 12 touchdowns.
That's a monster season.
Yeah.
So you think having Mike Williams on the other side helps him? It doesn't. It's not going to bring his production down. It's going to help because now you got another threat.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit worried about Mike Williams, being ready for week 1 and that and so up. But I think Rodgers has chemistry with Garrett that he doesn't have with any of the other guys that are going to start. God willing, Lazard doesn't see that much time. I think they really had good chemistry they were building off of last year, and I think he's going to bring it into this year. I guess maybe that's a little high. I think he's going to easily have over 1,200 yards, so maybe 1,300 to 1,500 yards. But yeah, they're going to get Garrett the ball a ton. I don't see why he wouldn't have 8 to 10 catches a game. They're going to target him a ton. So yeah.
And the last thing, I'll let you go. If the Knicks don't win the championship out of this, and they can't get past Boston, you just traded you mortgaged your entire future.
They didn't.
To stay the second best team.
They didn't. They had 2 first-round picks tonight. They didn't trade away their entire future.
I mean,
Jalen Brunson is in his late 20s. Mikal Bridges, same age. Randall, same age. They're going for it. This is their prime. The Knicks have been garbage for most of my life. They were just a 2 seed in the Eastern Conference and got significantly better last night, Gary. Okay? It's hard to win back-to-back championships. I'm not convinced Boston's going to be some dynasty. There's been 6 different NBA champions the last 6 years. If you're the Knicks, go for it. They have nothing to lose. It's not like they took on bad contracts here. They traded draft picks, which mean nothing. The Knicks could use those picks and draft Kevin Knox and go and draft Frank Ntilikina for all we care with those picks. I don't care about picks. I don't care about the pick that's unprotected in 2031 while your basketball team is trash for the next 5 years. I've lived through that. All right, the picks don't always work. You need to win, and the Knicks are close to winning. They're going for it. I love it.
You better get past Boston. Otherwise, you just gave all that away to stay the second best team in the East.
How do you
That's
know
all-
Boston's going to be the best team next year? How do you know they can't
Because they
suffer
still
an
got
injury too?
Tatum and Brown and White. And like, I'm not saying Boston's definitely going to win a championship again, but look at the Knicks roster is very, very good right now.
Right.
If
one of
you
the
get
deep-
OG back, your team is
That's
really
the point,
good.
though. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteeing a championship, but did the Knicks not get much better by adding Mikal Bridges last night? The answer is yes, assuming they keep OG, which I'd be shocked if they didn't, considering his agent, Sam Rose, is Leon's son. So I fully expect the deal to get done. Like, given the circumstances, I rather Bridges in that haul than Paul George or any of the other like options that were floated out there of like potential star players in a trade. He fits every Nova Nick player that's come under Thibodeau has exceeded whatever their output was before then.
Yeah.
Hart and DiVincenzo were not this good. Brunson obviously is the best example of this before they got to New York. You're just adding to your culture and your team. You might have the best defensive team in the league now if you have Mitchell Robinson, Bridges, and OG in your front court. Like, are you kidding me?
I think DiVincenzo was the biggest surprise. I mean, Brunson, obviously, no one expected him to be top 10 player in the league, but DiVincenzo was a marginal role player for 6 years. And then last year in the playoffs, his past playoffs, he's playing like Ray Allen in his prime. I was like, what the hell? What happened to DiVincenzo? When did this happen? So,
that's what I'm saying. Look, obviously the goal is to win a championship, Gary, but like to me, it's a good move. Like, you gave up picks. You didn't get, you guys couldn't even get like Deuce McBride in this. Like, I know Evan Roberts, who, I used to work with at the Fan, as a diehard Net fan. He's pissed that you guys only got picks. So you couldn't even get one good player from the Knicks in this to move Bridges. That's it.
Well, look, I was talking about this on BKNY Hoops, right? Like, you probably could have gotten him, but then you wouldn't have got 6 picks. So then it's like, do you want the extra pick or do you want Deuce McBride? Like, I probably would Deuce McBride too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to complain about getting another pick.
Well, these picks are also like late 20s probably. Like, I don't know how successful those picks are usually, to be honest.
Well, we got picks out till 2031. Are the Knicks a historically good franchise, or are they usually pretty bad? Yeah, so history would tell me by 2031 they're going to be bad.
I mean, maybe, but like the Knicks have also not had a core this good since the last time they were consistently great in the 90s. Like, look at the ages of Brunson, Bridges, Randall, who they still might trade if there's a better star player that comes along. I'm not convinced he's definitely here for the long term. OG's young. Like, this entire core is locked in. Like, that's the point.
But the Knicks are different because these guys all love each other, like college roommates. But like, cores don't stay together long in basketball anymore. It's not like back in the 90s and 2000. Teams break up all the time.
Yeah, but with the new CBA, I think that's different now. I think you're going to see more teams trying to be built than, oh, let's go get 3 stars and put them together. Like, I think now with the different penalties for being in the different aprons or whatever the hell it's called in the new language, like I think you're going to see more of how Denver won, how Boston just won. That's what the Knicks are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you like the trade. I think Sean Marks just saved his job for the foreseeable future with those 2 trades he made yesterday.
He's no Joe Douglas.
Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
Real quick on the Knicks picks here, all right? 2025 first. Barring every one of the Knicks getting hurt again in the regular season this time, that pick should be in the late 20s. They have Milwaukee's first rounder in 2025. Milwaukee with Giannis and Dame Lillard are contenders. That pick's in the 20s somewhere. 2027 first. Once again, the Knicks 2 years from now should still be a contending team. 2028 swap. Only matters if the Knicks are worse than the Nets in 2028. 2029 and 2031 first rounders. I don't care 7 years from now what happens with those picks. I'm trying to win right now. If they get to an NBA Finals for the first time, since 1999, even if they don't win, it's worth not having your first round pick in 2029 or 2031. So I'm just not going to be that worried about draft picks. We're trying to win. That's it. All right.
They traded for essentially a 7th and 8th grader right now, and we're trying to win a championship. We have a 2-year window. Again, it's almost like similar to the Jets. Like, we have this window now. I know Mikal's contract is awesome for the next 2 years. I think it's like in the mid 20 millions. You hopefully re-sign OG. I do get what he's saying about like cores don't stay together that long. I don't know why. This feels a bit different. It just has that feel that's a bit different. Mikal's 27. I think Jalen's 27. I think Josh is 26. I think Dante's 27. They're retainable guys.
They're all on great contracts too.
Yeah.
Sure. I bet you Brunson signs an extension because they probably went to him and said, hey, if you sign and save us money on our cap by signing a year early, we'll get Bridges. And Brunch is like, hell yeah.
Yep.
All right. Couple super chats here. Hater writes in, Jake, my brother, Andrew, officially retired today. My birthday, Super Bowl season, LFG, JETS, Jets. Wow. First off, congrats on the retirement, Hater. That's awesome. Congrats to you. And wow. Let's go. Happy birthday, man. Everyone wish Hater a happy birthday in the live chat. Love that. Shout out to you, Hater. Big Fella checks in with a super chat. With this trade and Hartenstein more likely leaving, are the Knicks pulling the trigger on Zach Edey? If I'm the Knicks and I like Edey, I package both my ones. If I think Hartenstein's gone, and I go and get him tonight in the draft. That's something to watch later. I'll be at the City Field, but I'll put the draft on my phone. Dre with a super chat. Gary at least has the guts to call, parentheses bang. Stand your ground, Gary. You're still wrong, but I love you. Love it, Dre. Thank you. Dre spending money to chirp listeners is one of my favorite pastimes. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky NY is up next. Hello, Ricky.
Hey, what's happening, Jake? First off, I was really surprised to hear you say that you had a great nugget for Andrew because I thought Corley ate all of them.
Yeah.
At any rate, man, like I'm expecting big things this year. Bang Mateo and all the other doubters that are in the chat. You morons don't get it, do you? Garrett Wilson is like 7-Eleven. He is always open. Okay? There is no way he is not going to have a great year if Rodgers stays healthy. So grow up, deal with it, and get a life. JETS, Jets.
Ricky,
let's go.
Tremendous. Thank you, Ricky. The Wi-Fi held up there. Love to see it. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to Tommy. Hello, Tommy.
Jake, my brother. Andrew, my brother.
Tommy, you sound like you're a little slow this morning. Are you smoking the same boubange that Dre is, apparently?
Well, I'm trying to be a little bit less wait, maybe
loud?
It's the headphones. Can you hear me okay or not?
We hear you. You just sound like you're just slurring or very slow, methodical with your words.
No, something happened with my phone. Like, hold on. I think I'm going to take the headphones off.
We'll come back to you, Tommy. Let's go to Jerome, the Packer fan. What's up, Jerome?
Yes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Jerome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just clammed back in my rig on my way up to Green Bay.
Hey.
They sent me up to Green Bay today. But anyway, Andrew, I'm looking at your breakdown of things. And, you know, I never really paid attention to how much Garrett would be open. And if he's going to be open like that, Rodgers will be sitting down by the third quarter, icing his knees. And you guys I have what's that other Tyrod? He get a chance to get out there and show what he could do. But yeah, if Garrett is gonna be open like that, y'all might get MVP Rodgers. Y'all are scoring every possession. And so all the other ones have to do is not drop that ball. Like Lazard, Corley, everybody else, as long as they're in practice, you know, maintaining, showing Rodgers that they can catch the ball, not have any drops or anything like that. Y'all gonna get the 14-3. If he's gonna be open like that, Rodgers will be back to his form. Y'all won't have to rely on a running game or whatnot. And then, you know, y'all have all the toys anyway. Rodgers now has a defense to back him up. And so the Jets aren't giving up 34, 35 points in a game. And so, yeah, y'all got a lot of toys to play with, like how we did in Green Bay. And when we had a top 5 defense, that was Super Bowl. So y'all should have the same expectation. As a Packer fan, we got up every year knowing that we would be 12-4, 11-5, 13-3-ish. That was our expectation. And that's what I want to instill that in Jet fans. This is what you guys have got to have the confidence in knowing of what you guys have. Y'all should be expecting 12, 13 wins. I got y'all at 14-3. Beat the Niners, y'all will be 15-2. But no, watching your breakdown, if if Garrett is gonna be open like that, the Jets gonna be a problem. Just gonna be a problem.
Well, you know best, Jerome. Like, I don't want to comp him to Devontae because I think they're a little different skill sets. But like Devontae is like extremely good at getting open in short spaces over the intermediate parts of the field. That's really where Garrett excels also. So I think that's why him and Rodgers could have like not as good of chemistry, but chemistry similar to that.
No, it's true. He's more slasher like. So, but it still works. Like it still works. The dynamic is still kind of the same with Devontae. So
Right.
As long as Rodgers, if Rodgers, he'll see daylight. He'll already see the daylight, and it'll just get better as the year goes along. Because Rodgers, as the season go along, he's able to pick apart, and he looks at film and he's like, oh, okay, I can use this on the next one, or okay, we're going to use you like this now since they're doing this, and Rodgers will be able to see something and then incorporate it into his already vast arsenal of being a quarterback almost 20 years. He's seen everything. So no, that's very impressive. What you broke down, I'm like, is this guy open? Like then you got Conklin that I think is gonna be a producer because Rodgers treats his tight ends like number twos.
Yeah,
and so I expect Conklin and Jeremy Rucker to be a force, and Breece Hall, like how we use Aaron Jones out of coming out of jet sweeps and doing little what they call that I forget what they call that, but screens and everything. So yeah, y'all got a good y'all got some toys to play with. As long as they practice up real good and don't drop that ball, and Aaron can trust him because he won't throw you the ball. If you can't catch that ball and you can't hold on to that ball, then Aaron gonna go with the sure thing.
Yeah,
which is we know Garrett is a sure thing.
Jerome, great call out of you. And according to Dre, you're on 28 touchdown island for Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers.
Garrett, he's going to do better. I got him at about 1,500 yards for Aaron Rodgers.
I love it. Jerome, you're the man. The most positive non-Jet fan that calls our show. I love it. Jerome's so positive about the Jets.
That was great.
It's awesome. Comments, questions, super chat. Shout out to all our channel members. We've gained 2 today, we've gained 10 today, courtesy of Cincy Matt. We are about 148 away from another emoji. We just added the Lombardi emoji as our most recent one because that's the goal for the Jets. Some more calls here, but Andrew, we've gone for over an hour. If you got to dip out, you just let me know. Got a couple more people on hold that I'll stay on.
Okay, yeah, I'll hang around for a bit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is the King Losi. Hello, King.
Jake, my brother. Andrew, my brother. I see you got on the shirt today, Andrew. Hey, man. Hey, let me say this, baby. It was a great night last night. Huh? Gary F. them picks. We don't care nothing about them picks. We going all in, Gary. You nut. Huh? Talking about some doggone picks and futures. Son, we got the future. Okay, and his name is Jalen Brunson. Bum. Okay? Let me say this, baby. At the end of the day, we already know what Garrett can do. We knew what Garrett can do when we drafted him. Okay? He showed us flashes his rookie year. Okay? With a bum child. All right? Let's not forget that he had a child. All right? Now, let's not talk about him. But at the end of the day, baby, we know Garrett's going to be great. Let's go Knicks. Okay, it was a great trade. Mikal Bridges, welcome to the Nova Knicks. All right, baby. Let's go all the way, baby. New York is building. We building, baby. It feels good. All right? Yep. Hey, it was a bad night for my Yankees. I know I talked a lot of noise. And it still go Yankees tonight. I don't care nothing with you. I don't care about what nothing you say. It still go Yankees forever. All right? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We had a bad night, Garrett Cole. I don't know who that was. All right? Who was that, Jake?
A guy who was making his second start coming off injury. He'll be fine. He'll be all right. I'm not worried.
Don't worry. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Okay, so I ain't gonna be too worried about it, baby. It's gonna be a great day. Hey, man, y'all stay up, baby. JTF! Yes.
Yeah. Let's go,
Losi.
King Losi. Now, before we get to our next caller, there's something I want to play because, well, let's just say it was an eventful week on the Jake Asman show last week while Andrew was coming back from his vacation, and King Losi was a major part of it. So I recommend everyone checks out the Best of the Jake Asman show, which dropped on the channel earlier. But here's a short clip on what occurred.
Corley is beautiful and has a beautiful voice. So I just
your voice is trash, Bobby. It's horrible, Bobby. It's horrible, Bobby. If she didn't look good, Bobby, you be saying the same damn thing. Her voice is like nails on the chalkboard, Bobby. And you and Ronnie V need to calm your freaky down.
Call in to talk to King Losi. Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh, hell, Bobby, why you want to make my ears bleed like that, Bobby? Why you want to do me like that?
Voice makes me feel like I'm in heaven.
Oh.
And joining us now to respond is Carly. Hello, Carly.
I'm scared. That was a lot. I just didn't know that anybody could feel that passionate about my voice.
What a week it was. What a week it was. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now to see if we can actually get his connection right is Tommy. Hello, Tommy.
Jake, can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you.
All right. Mr. Andrew Fialkow, brother. You are the man. You are the man breaking down football picks. You and my boy Mr. Blewett, like you guys are the best at what you do. Continue doing that because I love to I can't sit back and I don't have enough time to watch the film and break down on each position. So as a normal fan, you'd see football. You're not going back and watching how a guard's tackling on each play and what he's dominating like you've done. Like, it's just amazing.
Appreciate you, man.
I wish you know. How was the vacation as well? It looked like you had a great time, brother.
Yeah, maybe I can send some pictures in the Discord. Honestly, I should have. I'll shoot some photos in there, show you guys what was up.
No doubt. All right, guys, just real quick, and I'll get off the phone. I know I don't have 10 points today, Jake. I just wanted to say, King Losi always makes me hype, dude. King Losi's the man. And Dre with the 28 touchdowns, I get it. If we didn't have enough mouths to feed on this team, like we have Breece Hall, we have if Mike Williams comes back and is healthy, Aaron Rodgers is going to distribute that ball. Like, he's not going to just favor it 100%, even though he is. And I honestly think, what do you think about just him gaining maybe like 5 or 10 more pounds and stop with that when he runs with the ball in one hand, like he's like, I get he has big hands and can hold on to the football, but I want you to protect it, dude, because you never know when someone's coming after you at your left and he's going to strip that ball away.
Give me an oh yeah, Tommy.
Oh yeah, baby! JETS! Yes!
There he is. There he goes.
Unreal.
Macho Man Tommy Savage. I love it. The chat all over it. Oh my God. Tremendous. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man who doesn't just have one introduction or 5 or 7 or even 8. How about a 9th intro for Robert Midnight?
Well, I need to find Matt O'Leary. He's supposed to come on my show. I want his butt on a stick. Oh, no, that's the 9th one, Jake. Oh, Gate is so awesome, isn't he, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, Bobby. Yeah.
It's better and better.
Also, Bobby, can you do me a favor? When you're on hold and you're going like this in between every call, just know I see you, but there's a strategy behind when I want to deploy you on the show,
Okay, well, I thought Andrew had to go. That's why I was waving. So
I was waiting around for you.
I saved the best for last. I was going to make sure that before Andrew left, we got him on with you.
That's good. Yeah, and thank you for sending me that picture of Mr. Softy yesterday. I got jealous.
Oh, yeah. You know, it was a tough game for the Yankees, but I got Mr. Softy.
Oh, yes, Mr. Softy, Andrew. You like Mr. Softy?
Love. That's a childhood staple.
So you enjoyed your trip. I'm happy. That was good that you came back. And you're one of the best analysts on the, you review the films and all that. You're the best.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it.
And are you happy you got a new writer on your team?
Connor, yeah.
That kid is smarter than a whip. I'm telling you, that kid.
Are whips smart?
Well, he's smart. He's not me, like air brain up there now. I'm almost 56, Andrew. So when you get my age, you forget to learn. You don't learn a lot of new things like he does. He's a good
Hey,
kid.
Bobby, have you spoken to Matt O'Leary yet? Rick Kent wants to know.
Nope, not yet. He hasn't talked to me yet. Nope.
Do you think Matt O'Leary is ducking you?
Yes.
Do you think he's hiding from appearing on the Bobby Show?
Why is he on here now?
No, he's not. I'm just asking.
I think so too, because he promised to be on after dinner. Did he show up? Nope. I invited him.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Bobby.
you could come on my show anytime you want.
Yeah.
When's your next show?
Well, not after you, because you got to have the second afternoon one. So I'm not going to step over your feet.
Yeah, but why don't you do a show in between my afternoon show?
No, that does not make sense. No, I'll wait till you do your second show. Then that will be.
Why not? You can't squeeze a quick 2 hours in?
No, it's not going to be 2 hours. No, you're probably going early. You got to get to the train to get to the...
No, I'll probably go live around 3:30, 4.
No. I'll wait till after you finish your show. So,
All right.
Andrew, it's nice to see you, my buddy. You're the best.
Bobby.
What?
I caught you were upset with someone or something. I caught I usually.
Oh, you mean South S? You mean South S?
Yeah, but I didn't realize. I didn't see what was going on. Like, why?
Well, I've grown to love my buddy Alan, but South S has to go. I threw him off my show. Bobby.
He just asked me a question. You cut me off.
You're still on the show. I was just playing the South Ass drop.
Yeah, Oh, okay. So this happened. Okay, I was just practicing the background from one night to see if I could get it up, but then all of a sudden I'm live. So Nick Shine had to get in touch with me to go live. So I did it. It's like 11:30 at night. So this guy comes on. He's like blitzed and all that. And we had Sarah. Do you ever meet the people from Australia yet? Craig and Sarah.
I know Craig.
Yeah, and then his worker Sarah had her son on at that time because it was Saturday in the morning. So I told him no more F-bombs after the fourth one. Then he dropped the fifth one. Then I kicked his butt off the screen. Because he was
okay.
Oh, he used the F-bomb. And then the next day I let him back on. Then he looked like freaking Pennywise and Wayne's World. And he doesn't show up on my show anymore, thank God, because I can't stand his butt.
Oh, bro.
So he's done.
This guy stinks!
Yeah, he does stink. Yeah. So I'm happy.
You're building something good over there, so.
Yeah, you gotta have respect for children and women, and if you don't, you're gonna get your butt busted. And no talk about boxing. That's the other rule. No boxing.
Respect for women and children, and no boxing. I love that.
Okay, I thought you got rid of me because that's what you usually do when I have to leave.
Well, Bobby, thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Andrew. We missed you.
Great to see you, Bobby.
See you next week.
I can't wear my freaking hat. It's hot, my balls will sweat. Oh, look, I have a fan. I'm Bobby.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the other thing you missed, Andrew, before I let you go here, and thank you so much for coming on. We have issued a foul language warning. This is a family show, and I have to remind the people of this.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
So we're trying to clean things up here ahead of the season, you know?
I like that. All positivity.
Andrew, excellent job out of you. Appreciate you coming on. And if you guys have anything you want Andrew to break down for next week, let us know. We're open to some ideas here. We're going to do some fun stuff leading up to training camp, of course. But I thought the Garrett Wilson stuff today was excellent. So shout out to everyone who tuned in. Andrew, appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, man. See you next week.
Andrew Fialkow joining us in his weekly spot after returning from vacation. All right. A lot still to do. Open phone lines. We will get to more of your calls coming up in a moment, but I mentioned it. We had the best of the Jake Asman show that dropped, episode number 2. It's airing on the YouTube channel. Here's another short clip if you want to maybe then go watch the rest of what occurred. Shout out to all the incredible Asmaniacs who joined us for an awesome evening of eating, drinking, talking Jets, and a heck of a lot more. It was so great to see so many of you again and meet so many of you for the first time. I also would like to shout out to our guy Neil in Garden City for leading the Jet chant last night.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? Yeah! He's going to die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
Neil coming through, and that was one of the many Jet chants that occurred last night. So shout out to everyone who came out. Special thank you to Matt O'Leary, Nick Faria, and Brandon Pockrass, who all came out as well.
Jay Quest picked me up off the train, right? So I walked down the tracks. I'm looking for him. He told me he was in a red Honda. I'm looking around, and I see this animal-looking thing with a mask on with a sign saying Mr. Bonesy.
Hey, Bonesy's Uber driver. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I had the luxury of picking up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. What a fine gentleman he is. I picked up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. I dropped him off with Jay Quest. You know, I spent the night in the background. They put me in the basement. That being said, the best part of the night, Jake, I have to say, is you manhandling your mother. I was right there behind you. You didn't see me. It's kind of crouching down. What a night, Jake. The food was fantastic. They had no dog food or cat food, whatever the fuck I am. But I got to say, it was great.
That's how my day started off. Then we get to the place and meeting everybody. Jake, what you do for our community, showing up with all those people, it's like we knew each other forever. I'm meeting people for the first time. It feels like we're family. I met your parents. Awesome kicking it with your dad and the real creators of this this Superman we got in front of us. Gary showed up. The food trucks had chicken and pasta on it, and it was delicious.
It was a blast. And seeing Gary walk in the fold, I mean, highlight of the night, wearing his Antonio Cromartie jersey, just unbelievable seeing Gary. And Gary, the best part about Gary is Gary had no idea that Decker even called into the show.
A lot of people there we already kicked it with, like Snowball and Neil and Rob. Dre Day came all the way from Maryland. I mean, I missed Chef, but I saw him come at the end. He came with the gas station pizza, man. That's hilarious.
Shout out to Chef Kevin. He showed up with a box, and on Sharpie it said gas station pizza, and it truly was gas station looking pizza inside. He was going to give it to Gary, but he got there too late. Unfortunately, Gary left already. But just the power of the Asmaniacs is incredible. I'm blown away every time we get to do events like that. And I mean, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah, I like this guy. Where's his wife? Who's that guy? Neil, how you doing, Neil?
Let's go!
Hey, Snowball. Oh, I want to talk to you. Hey, get him back. I want to talk to him.
Genergy in the house.
Yes, Genergy.
The guy who we're here for created this man.
Who's that?
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, hi, Mike. Oh, you are awesome. Thank you for the umbrella, too.
My best offensive lineman on the squad.
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
You know what's up? What's up, Nick? Where are you, Nick?
Luffy's in the house.
Hey, Brendan Brains. How you doing?
Take it easy.
Hi, Luffy.
Somebody say Brock Bowers.
Oh, no.
We out.
Okay. Where is Matt O'Leary? I want his butt on a stick.
Hey!
Oh, Bobby, what's going on, Bobby?
Is that Matt O'Leary?
Nowski, where you at, bro?
Get Matt O'Leary back. Get Matt O'Leary back.
Bobby Midnight Show, everybody. The show that never ends, it just continues.
The show that never ends, it just continues. The Bobby Midnight program. See, Bobby, Matt O'Leary was on your show. I just saw it there in our best of the Jake Asman show recap clip. The full video, once again, is up on the channel. Open phone lines if you want in. We'll stay on for a little while longer. Thanks again to Andrew Fialkow, who joined us. Smash the like button. There's 200 people watching live, only 156 likes. The math is not mathing, folks. All right? The math is not mathing. Today's Jake Asman Show is presented by OOZES. Get yourself some Jets gear ahead of the 2024 season. They have awesome shirts, hoodies, shorts, jackets, including those starter jackets that are flying off the shelves. Check it out. All you need to do is scan that QR code, or you'll notice the hyperlink in the description that takes you to my landing page for OOZES, where you can get all their Jets gear in one spot and pick what you want. So check it out. If you're watching live, boom, the OOZES link was just dropped into the comment section. So check it out. Support our brand new sponsor. All the different shirts that you see me wearing on the show, if it's any of these, or that Aaron Rodgers NFL Blitz shirt I wore the other day, that's an OOZES shirt. So check it out. They got awesome gear for the New York Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man who has said that when the New York Jets are AFC East champions, we will be drinking from this Henny bottle live on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella joins us now. Hello, big fella.
What's up, man? Yo, you bet we're going to be drinking that night, man. It's been too long. I got a question for you. How much is the Patreon per year?
For the entire year, if you get it 15% off by signing up for the year, I think it comes out to about $51.
Okay. All right. Because I want to get Alan like a housewarming present since he's moving, so I'm going to pay for his Patreon.
No, we don't want him in that Discord. Nope, you can't do it.
Come on, bro.
Last time we had him in there, it did not go well. I think it's best for both parties if we limit Alan to just this comment section.
We got to make it spicy, man.
No, the problem is he just doesn't stop typing. It's all you know how Bobby doesn't stop talking. Alan doesn't stop typing.
Oh, okay. Now he's a good dude, though. I mean,
I like him, but I don't think I got too many people messaging me off the side complaining about Alan. I don't need that stress. I'm trying to enjoy my summer. All right, the Jets already stressed me out during the year. Let me get 2 months without Alan every day in the Discord. All right.
Yeah, I tried, but
it's a nice gesture. How about we do something else for Alan? You know, we get him a different housewarming gift.
What should we do?
Let's get him a Jets. Let's get him a Jets pennant. All right.
Jets pennant. Okay.
Or maybe let's get him like let's get him a signed football by Joe All.
Oh, that would be nice, right? That would
also,
be
Carly says Alan is mean to her, so we don't want to reward bullies.
Well, I guess.
To be fair, Alan's kind of mean to everyone, Carly. I don't know if it's just you.
You're not mean to me, so.
Well, he's afraid of you. You're the big fella.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone wrote, get him an autograph, pick a Salah. Tommy says, get him an autograph Salah photo. Yeah, get him a Robert Saleh sign something. That would be good.
Yeah, that would be hilarious, bro. Oh, man. So tonight's the NBA draft. You know, Nets don't have any picks, which I don't understand why they didn't try and get a pick this year from the Knicks. But, you know, whatever. You know, I really don't have too much of a point. I wanted to ask you about the Allen thing personally, but you know, Yankees, they got to pull it together. And the Jets, we're gonna kick butt this year. Not. I'm trying to stick with that language guideline. So they're gonna kick some tush this year, bro.
Hey.
So, anyway, have a good day, man.
How about you get Alan to pick a Bobby for his wall? That's what Mother Effing Chew suggested.
That would be something. That would be something. Yeah,
man.
Just keep throwing the ideas out there. You know, maybe I'll pick something up off it.
Big fella, you're a legend, bro.
All right, man. Thanks. Have a good day.
Farewell, big fella. Appreciate that. Jayquest says Sham was having a meltdown last night. Post Mets Yankees points on general on Discord. Look, here's the thing. We have rules and etiquette in the Discord. And our guy is policing all of it. All right. I love the Discord. Some wild things get said in there. It's a lot of fun. Join the Patreon if you want access to the Discord. You might see Jay Enrile join and then leave 4 more times between now and the end of the day. If you join, shout out to Jay who signed up for the year, Jesse P, AD Jet Fan, South Ass Auto Detailing, and Alan Dodes, our 5 most recent Patreon subscribers. Matt Siegel writes in, Jake, you handsome devil. Is it football time yet? Yankees making me crazy. I saw Matt Siegel at the Yankees game last night at Citi Field. He wasn't happy. But then I reminded him that pretty soon we'll be in L5 lighting. Whose jersey are we even lighting on fire week 3? Is it Brissett? Is it going to be probably Drake May, even if he's not starting, right? Who's the notable player on the Patriots right now? I say we just light up Drake May's jersey, even if he's not starting by then. But these are decisions above my pay grade, Matt, so you let me know. But don't worry, we'll be in L5 soon enough. All right, I can't wait. Adam says, how can anyone be mean to Carly? Just watch.
God, make it stop. Just make it stop, please, God. God, make it stop. Make it stop. Now, this girl just admitted to her damn self her voice is annoying. Why don't y'all believe her? I believe women. Her voice is annoying, damn it. I'm getting tortured over here at work. Okay? Damn. Girl, you better not sing a damn thing, girl. You already sing when you talk. Yeah, Jay. Yeah. Jay, I didn't eat everything nuggets. No, Jag, I could have been there, Jag. No, it's annoying. I can't stand it. Oh, get energy up here.
If that's what I really sound like, God, my voice is horrible. I'm really sorry.
Jets, 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 Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. Jets, 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 Jets.
Big Jet fan that Alan is. Oh, baby. Hit the like button. Open phone lines. Last chance to get in on today's show. There'll be another show in about 2 hours because I had to start late today. Jimbo suggests just burning a classic Brady jersey. That's not a bad idea. That or honestly, get a Gerard Mayo jersey online somewhere and burn that. He's probably their most notable player right now, and he's their coach. Ladies and gentlemen, comments, questions, super chats. We need more channel memberships. Greg says, I made Carly sing her ABC song. We need another song girl. Carly says 10 memberships and I'll do it backwards. If someone gives 10 memberships, Carly will sing the alphabet backwards. That is, I think, what I'm interpreting here from the chat. King Losi says that chant was weak as hell. Look, not everyone can be you, King, but I don't know. I don't know if this was the most genuine Jet chant from Alan.
Jets, 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 Jets.
Where's the passion?
Jets, 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 Jets.
This is what a Jet chant should sound like, Alan.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? Yeah! Let's go. Jets, 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 Jets.
All right, that's passion. He's going to die. Matt Siegel says, Carly said she'll be at week 3. Is this true? Did she say this? I don't know, Matt. Be careful with the lighter fluid around her, though. Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the Gusbuster Hotline, JT. What's up, JT?
Yo, what up, Jake? Had to
What's
hop
up,
in
man?
real quick. Not much, man. Not much. I'm break at work. I wanted to weigh in on that Garrett Wilson film review. God, man, I cannot wait.
Eye-opening, right? It really is.
Dude, he's going to have like 1,350, 1,500 yards this year.
I completely agree. I think you take one of Devontae's seasons and you just project it for Garrett. Like maybe like take Devontae's worst season when Aaron played all 17 games and his best season and find the average in there. And I think that's Garrett Wilson, his like floor for what he could do.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I think the sky's the limit for this team this year, man. I'm predicting Rodgers is going to have 3,800 yards. He's going to throw for 28 touchdowns and about 10 picks. What do you think?
I could see it. I mean, to me, look, you got to get health, but like they had the weapons for Garrett to break every single season Jet record and for Rodgers to do the same thing. I mean, it's not, the bar is pretty low, but his average season, basically every Jet record.
What is our passing yard record? Isn't it like 4,000 on the dot or like right around there?
It's like 4,000. I think it's like, I think it might be like 4,008. And Namath did it in a 14-game season, though.
Right, and doesn't Fitz hold our touchdown record of 31? Like, he should beat that too, I think.
He does, yeah.
I project 28, but you never know.
Dano's saying it's 4,007, so I was a yard off. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it's sad, man. And I love Joe Namath, but the fact that record has stood since he played tells you all you need to know.
It needs to be broken.
Yeah.
All records are meant to be broken.
Yeah, I don't like seeing all-time Jet records being held by like Ryan Fitzpatrick, who played 2 years for the team and 1 year was horrible. Like I want
a journeyman quarterback who had a decent career. I know, I hear you. We need a legend up there like Rodgers to hold that record. Let me give you a JETS right before I dip out because I got to get back to work though. JETS, Jets, let's go!
Yeah, let's go, JT. That's passion, Alan. That's what it should sound like.
JETS, Jets.
Alan's giving that chant like he's got a rod stuck up you know where. Come on, Alan. Three Siblings Jay is up next. What's up, Jay?
What's good, man? How you doing?
What's going on, dude?
Good. You see Alan's face, man? It looks like it hurt for him to say that. Like,
it really
just hurt him to his core, man. Few things I want to bring up, man. Garrett Wilson, listen, he's a stud, man. Honestly speaking. He reminds me of Devontae Adams a lot. The thing is with Garrett Wilson, Garrett's just a lot quicker. Devontae, he gets open. He has great separation. But Garrett Wilson just has another gear to him, man. And we seen last year, he gets open. We have to bracket him. But what's important is having Mike Williams, having Corley, having Gibson take that next step because they're going to have one-on-one opportunities. We have Aaron Rodgers. I avoid calling your show for like 2 years because I hated Zack Wilson so much. So I'm not even going to bring him up. But we have Rodgers now, man. And the biggest point today is that Knicks had, man. Listen, It's our year, man. This is our year. You have to do it. Let's get it big. And let's go all in, man. Bros, they have to do it. We have to go all in. Can you imagine the Jets and the Knicks win a Super Bowl the same year?
You mean like the last time the Jets won a Super Bowl? You
yes.
know? Maybe that's what we needed. We needed the Knicks to get good for the Jets to win. Maybe that's the only way the Jets could win.
Right. That'd be crazy, man. All right, man. Good call. Man, thank you for having me. It's my day off. Shout out to Space Jam.
Hey, I love that. I love that.
All right, man. You take care.
Jay, great call, man. Always good to hear from you. Love that. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Perhaps some of you are going to get at lunch. If you get lunch, please do me a favor and don't call in while you're eating it mid-show.
Who was that lovely lady?
That was Carly.
Anyway.
Yep. Charles, I think we talked about you calling in and chewing on the air again. You couldn't wait till after your call to eat. You talk to me and then you eat.
Anyway,
this is a great angle for you, Charles. Even better angle. Where are you calling us from?
Burger King in Hope Lawn.
What did you get?
A BK Roy crispy sandwich with Swiss cheese on it. No tomato. About to finish up my fries. I'm about to have a slice of birthday cake.
Very nice. Charles, I think you should give all your takes from this angle moving forward. Thank you for that one, Charles. We appreciate that. All right, that does it for me. I'm back in a little bit for our usual 2 shows a day, Monday through Friday. It might be June. That has not stopped us all month long on this channel. I want to thank everyone who took time to watch the show. Hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. I will talk to you guys soon. JETS, 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 Jets. And as always, like, subscribe, and also I got to start saying this, share. Hit that share button so more people can discover the show. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks again to Andrew Fialkow, who came on for about an hour's worth of exciting Garrett Wilson film review. But nothing will top Fialkow's review of Garrett Wilson's incredible catch in the Jets home opener last season.
Andrew Fialkow is on hold, so let's go to Andrew, who's up next. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, Jake.
The chat keeps blowing up with these Zack Wilson truthers, so I want to show you some film on this guy to help tell the story. Okay, let's start with this pass to Garrett Wilson. Here's against the Bills. You can see if I stop it here. Zack has a clear shot at Garrett with nobody in his face. Play it forward a bit. Garrett is fighting off the defender here, but single coverage. Stopping here, you see how even a 6-year-old blind albino alligator could have thrown this in a better spot. Thank God, Garrett is a friggin' stud as he makes the catch, allowing Zack to celebrate like he helped the team win a Super Bowl. Here, Garrett tells the ref, "Hey ref, did you see how fucking horrible that throw was and I still caught it? Disgusting." One more film breakdown here as we see Zack returning from the sideline, unable to navigate himself with any success back to the huddle. Thankfully, his teammates were there to help him up off the ground, but unfortunately for Zack, they chose to not help him. Zack's ass had a large bruise that took a while to heal, although his mom's friend gave him some aloe to rub on the buttocks, and that helped a little. Next week, I'll have a full film breakdown of Cole Thompson's scooter crash from the combine. Thanks for having me, Jake. Gator sucks.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for that film breakdown, Andrew.
Dude.
Great job.
I was waiting. I was like, one day I've seen those before. I'm like, Gators got to get me one on more of these. Oh, Gator. That was damn good.